Hi, welcome to the Shelley Studio, and today is the November Gina B. Aaron's Design Team video, and I have this feather. It's one of her digis. I believe she has it in her Etsy store, and the prompt to inspire us this month was plain, honest, or stark. I'm also going to be using part of her mega bundle, the Painty Papers. I've torn up some of my scraps that I've used on other projects, and I'm going to cover this page. This is how I like to start most of my journal pages, is with just a bunch of collage down on the page, just to give me a starting place, and maybe it's to break that blank page, I don't know, but I really like starting this way, and I decided with this one, I know two of the words are plain and stark. We'll get there. We're just not going to start out that way. I was thinking of her prompts, plain, honest, and stark, and it kind of makes me feel calm, like those words are calming, and this page is starting out super busy, but we'll get there in the end. I have this sped way fast, but if you want to zip past this collaging part, you can. You're more than welcome to speed past this part if it's too much. But I did decide to leave it in. And I don't know if these pages all really go together, but I think they make a really cohesive page once I've got them all glued down. I kind of like it, actually. And I do cover most of it up, but now Gina B. Aaron's has an Etsy store. She has a YouTube channel, and I will put her link in the description box below, and I'll put links to her Etsy store. And if you are interested in her products, this is one of her stencils. I love this stencil. It's her little arrows. It's one of my favorites. I love arrows. And anyway, I have a discount code. It's Margel15. And I don't know if she's doing any sales yet for Christmas, but I'm sure that's coming up soon. So if you know anybody who is into mixed media art or any kind of art, she has lots of fun stuff on her Etsy store, so make sure you check it out. Anyway, and also the other design team members have created pages, and they will be linked below as well, so make sure you check them out. Lots of fun stuff. This has been really fun this year, and I hope you've been enjoying the design team videos. I have them on a playlist. If you're interested in, if you've missed any, you can find it on one of my playlists. Anyway, so I'm trying to use the colors of the papers to make the page sort of cohesive and covering it in a lot of pattern. I myself watch a lot of YouTube videos, and I've seen this technique by several people, and I just love doing it. And I thought it would be really fun to create this crazy, chaotic page, and then try to turn it into something that is plain or stark or simple. I was actually thinking more along the lines of simple, I guess, going from busy to calm. It was that last stencil brush was one I got from Shannon Green's Etsy store. We've done some collaborations with her, and that's my favorite, but I hate having to wash it out and dry it and stuff in between, so I do have these cheapo ones, which, since most of this stuff is going to get hidden or disappear, I figured perfection wasn't necessary. Just a lot of patterning. That's what we're all about right now. And I'm using just about every stencil I own from Gina to create this page. Figured why not? Just throw it all at it, even the goddess. And I love this one. So she, right there, see, she's praying for calm in my chaotic storm of a page right now. And I wanted some more blue, so I'm taking the patterning in her hair, which looks like little flowers, and putting it around the page. Felt like she was kind of disappearing in all that busyness, so this is just a black brush tip pen, just to help her stand out a little bit. And now I've pulled out her stamp sets that I own, and I'm going to use some that are just pattern and cover the page with that. Okay, so now that we're done with the stamping, we've got to figure out how to use this feather. So I decided I would cut it out and use it as a mask. So I'm going to cut the feather out of this. This is transparency paper. It's just kind of a plastic paper that you can run through your copier. And it's super thin, so it's not the best for stenciling and stuff, but I figured, why not give it a try? So I've got it all cut out here, and now I'm deciding where I want it. And I'm just going to use some painter's tape to hold it down. There we go. And we're going to paint over the top of it. So I grabbed a little the wicker white, and then that other one is called khaki, and I wanted it a little off-white, and so I'm mixing a little bit of khaki in with it so that it's not perfectly white. Now I'm going to take that paint and brush away so that none of it goes underneath my makeshift mask. And this is very runny paint, so I'm really worried at this point. So I am brushing away from the edges so that nothing will work its way underneath. Doesn't work so well for the thin little fine edges, but it works for the bigger area. Decided maybe I wanted to protect the rest of my book. And we're just going to go through, and you know, I really thought I was leaving quite a thin layer of the white. Well, here I felt like there was too much. I could still see too much pattern, so I do put more on there, and I still thought it was thin enough that you could really see the pattern. You can see it in the close-ups, but I mean, it obliterates it really well, actually. Just put a little bit more on to make sure it's good and painted around the edges of that feather. See, here's where I feel like it needs more. And it probably didn't really need this much more. But there you go. It is what it is, right? That's what art journaling is all about. It's all about experimenting and seeing what you can come up with. Alright, so we're going to peel this back, and voila! We have a multicolored feather. So I just go around with my, this is my brush pen. It has a really fine tip if I don't push down hard. And just to give it a bit of an outline. Sorry about the coughing there. Just to define it a little bit better. And these areas that just kind of got messed up. There we go. Let's make some of them longer. Decided to put the vein in there, but not through her face. So for the background, I decided I wanted to create some interesting texture. So this is crackle paste, and I'm just giving it a thin coat of crackle paste, and we're going to let it dry and see what happens with it. Some areas were kind of thick. Some were thicker, some were thinner, and I think you see some of the lines because of the tool I'm using to apply it, but it's a nice handy tool. Alright, I don't know if you can see the crackle. Near the top you see a little bit more. That's where it was a little bit thicker. And now I'm using some of that khaki and some glazing medium. Not enough glazing medium. And I live in the desert, so it's very dry here and dries super fast. So I put this on, and then my battery died on my camera. I hurried and switched the battery, and then I took a paper towel out, and yeah, it's that fast. I'm like, seriously, it was maybe 3 or 4 minutes. And maybe not enough glazing medium. But so I take out a baby wipe and wash it down. Just float it a little bit, I don't know. Alright, so now I've got out a Pitt pen and hoping to create some shading. I couldn't find my Stabilo All pencil, which is my go-to, so I'm using the Pitt pen, and it is India ink, but if you rub it right away you can kind of get that faded look. And I was a little tentative about using it. I wasn't sure, you know, so I don't get a lot of the shadowing. But I come in with the gray later and go to town on it, so it gets plenty of shadowing. The idea is just to give the feather some more dimension, to make it look like it is in front of all that paint I just painted. Floating in front of it, I guess. Blowing in the breeze. I'm sitting here looking at this, in the bottom area looks like a shadow, so I'm coming in with the gray Pitt pen and enhancing that shadow. Now here I get a little braver with the gray, and I think my finger's a little dingier. Creating a little bit more shadowing. One area there that just doesn't want to be smooth. I don't know. It's probably the different kinds of paint that are on there. Because I use all different kinds of media. Alright, so I wanted to do more with the background because I just can't leave it well enough alone. It can't be plain or stark, apparently. Has to have something going on. So there it is. A little bit of blue paint. Enhancing my shadow a little bit more. And now I decide I'm going to take that blue Pitt pen and go around the edges and just give it sort of a dark blue edge. And I think that makes the stencil of the goddess show up, just enhances that. At least that's my hope. Had a little loose spot. I'm going to stick that down with some Elmer's glue. Try doing the bound edge without making it too smeary of a mess, since I already took my tape off. There we go. I thought I'd write it in pencil, but it wasn't really working on that paint, so we're just gonna go for it. You know how hard it is to write left-handed and not smear what you're writing? It's hard. Trust me. Alright, there it is. Don't forget to check the description box below for all the links for all the other design team members. I hope you really liked this video. I enjoyed creating this page. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel and would like to see more, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.